Okay. Now this one here, I had to go slightly to the right before making my left turn. That's the shape of that intersection. That's why. And here, I'm not stopping, but I want to make sure I get my turn in correctly. Now, what makes for a good practice for your, in the next video, I'm going to show you, have a brief clip for you for my next step for my hand over hand steering. Go ahead. Okay. I forgot the signal on that one, but I'm sure you can see how the hand over hand works. Okay. And I'm checking my intersection. Okay, so my hand over hand steering. Alright, so if we're making proper turns, you want to make sure that you are looking into the intersection and where you want your car to go before you start turning your wheel. I just wanted to focus on the front view with the hand motions so that we can get it better. Now here's a situation, we're coming up on a primary road here where you don't have the luxury of taking your time getting the maneuver done, because we're going to have to go into the first lane here. We're also at a slight angle to that. So you'll notice the hand over hand kind of comes in a lot quicker for that. And sometimes you might have to just kind of bump it over a little bit more to allow it to straighten the wheel out completely. So we'll come up on this big intersection. Alright. And we got a few lanes to go across. Okay. And let's remember, we want to get all the way out to the middle of the intersection before you even think about making our left turn. And again, this kind of this one here is even at a slight angle when we kind of double back a little bit on this left turn. So when you do this a few times and see how it works, you'll definitely see the benefits of hand over hand versus shuffling the wheel. And because if you're not very proficient at shuffling your wheel, you're going to wind up in the incorrect lane. In this case, as a left turn, you're likely going to wind up in the far right lane where you're not supposed to be, because you always want, as you already know, you always go for your first available lane. And we'll wait for this light to change. Okay, clear the intersection, make sure everybody's stopping. Okay, and I'm coming in correct. Now you notice I'm actually looking where I want my car to go. That's important because for those who are more familiar with the psychology of it, I forget what the term is for lining yourself up there. But alright, so we're going to have a quick lane change here. And again, going onto a primary road, we want to make sure we're making our turns correct. Because now we have to come out past this bike lane that's shown here, okay? So we got a little bit more, just a little bit more complexity to that turn. We're not simply following our curb. We're actually coming out because we have to stay outside of that bicycle lane. So now you kind of almost like you got to come out and, well, you are coming out into a further lane than along the curb, which means you have to make that turn a little bit tighter.